And welcome back. We're picking up where we left off last time in Panzer Corps 2 along the Volga, which is the first mission, the alt history path, where instead of breaking out of Stalingrad, which historically didn't really happen, you are breaking into the Soviet lines because you're winning the war instead of losing the war, right? So, how to approach the problem we've given ourselves? Probably want to carpet bomb you, just so we can get that dealt with. No, that wasn't enough to get you out of the city. That was enough to get you out of the city. And we got you to surrender, so we'll take the city. All that good for the turn. Okay. Well, I'll say city. This is a town, isn't it? Yeah, it's a town. Game doesn't actually make any differences between cities and towns, as far as I'm aware. Okay, another capture. Okay. And that's a minefield. Yeah, let's use the pioneers to get rid of the minefield while we're thinking about it. It's not in our way. 203mm artillery, that's a big gun. That's the Soviet equivalent to our 21 centimeters, I suppose. Do I need to suppress you more? Let's say we want to, at least. Yeah. Plan. That's way overkill. We're gonna do it. And as far as the dive bomber, let's hit that artillery piece. Ah, well, the Soviets weren't dumb. They had some AA cover for the artillery piece. Good on the Soviets. You're probably suppressed enough. Artillery in the rear. So I need to deal with both artillery pieces first. Yeah, might as well go with that option. Let's get you forward. Prep you in case we want to go in this turn. It's probably overkill for that, but that'll be fine. It should be enough to get you to surrender, so we'll just take the surrender. Review. Take the hex. You're only suppressed by 4, although we're going to do more than 4 damage, apparently, so... Okay, you have the other half of that one. Let's bring those closer together so they can merge if we need to. Take the heal on you. We'll push you up that road. So that's the Soviet fighter. Let's try to shoot the fighter down first. Although we're not getting pretty good shoots at them, so it probably won't come down. Shame we can't scoot up onto the hill and shoot it. We'll have to shoot the closer one. And yeah, we got a couple carpet bombers left. Carpet bombing the tank makes a bunch of sense. Yeah. It'll mostly be useless. It'll be able to attack next turn, but it'll be mostly useless. I'm going to use this one kind of as a recon, assuming there's a target here, and there is. Okay. See, I don't want to keep these guys over here too much longer, although I might send the 2-slot core down there. The rest will heal up and then start pushing up the road here, maybe to threaten those artillery pieces. Okay, so Soviet's turn. The artillery duel begins. Soviets are coming off a little bit better in the beginning of it. More Soviet tanks. I was expecting more, but yeah, they can keep coming down that woodwork. See the traffic jam halfway back to Moscow at this rate. Oh, there's someone on that hex. Okay. We'll have to detach someone down to get them surrendered. Not in a rush to do that, though. Yeah, I probably want to shoot the plane down. Although, if I can do that with the 88, that's the best way to do it. Volkwolf and the other one. so you need to heal up, at least. Do I want to do a bridging so we can let the infantry get across? I don't want to keep my infantry on this side of the river. They don't have... Oh, they do have bridging equipment. They can come across if they want. Okay. Need to protect the rear, then. Oh, that's a minefield, so I'm going to have to clear the minefield. Should clear the minefield. You're not really the guy I want to clear it with, but you're the guy that's clearing it. Almost got the encirclement there. We're gonna have to risk one of you doing the attack. Softening up a bit that way. Okay, so either way we're gonna get return fire from that artillery piece. So we might as well fire out of that artillery piece. Ah, no dice. No, I'd rather keep the health intact on my infantry, or my vehicles here. Okay. Do you have anything in range? No. Push you to there. Get you on that hill. Oops, I forgot about the river. It's escaping. Get back in encirclement before it truly gets away. It's fully suppressed, so just need to keep it encircled. Make sure to get it fully encircled next time. Okay, some devastation there. You move, don't get actually anything to shoot at. A little bit of a shame. You can move. Let's get you up on the hill, get some good cover. Or good coverage. And then, yeah, I got a bunch of bombers to do bombing with. Any guy that's encirclement makes sense. Although apparently it didn't do anything. It makes sense to hit the bombers. We got the AA coverage there. Okay, so that's what we can do over there if we Don't mind getting shot by AA, but of course there's AA in the back there. Oh, that wasn't very effective. Oh, I guess that's early rocket-based AA. Not meant really for the altitude of the fight it was at. Okay. I think that's the devastation we can rot this turn. Now it's the Soviets' turn to have a vote on how the battle's gonna go. So we rocket artillery opening fire. Or we're about to have an overrun incident. Yep. At least that's half a unit, so we're not getting boned. Oh, these are overstrength Soviet units, so they're pretty big and bulky. So many Soviet vehicles. Maybe I advanced a bit too fast. Okay. Soviets are going to try to go around our line. Probably need to pull some guys back from the east. Although it does definitely look like I have already overextended in that sector. Take it down. That should be enough to make that one surrender. So we'll roll up. We'll attack you, which will make you surrender. Yeah. Oh, and that's because of the AT in the back. Can I hit the AT hard enough? The infantry. No, the pioneers are not really well suited for that. It is an armored one. Although I've kind of got all the important people encircled here, so maybe I'm not in a rush. To jump them harder after all. Okay, we'll just heal here. Yeah, I'll probably have to stop to get the artillery to heal a little bit. As much as it is fun to be blasting at the Soviet artillery, I think we need the artillery to be doing something else. Mostly worried about tanks at the moment, so we're going to put you in anti-tank mode and put you on the line. You're only going to half-kill that. That's better than nothing. Yeah. There's a Soviet plane down there. Are we in Folkworth? FW range. Too far away for the fighter bombers, or for the fighters. Come and strafe. Soften them up enough. Instead of healing, they may actually just go in for the kill. Get themselves killed. Okay. Definitely don't quite have a long enough line there. I can definitely feel the fear that they're just going to come around the corner. Which is something they very well might just do. But it's now their turn. Okay, that's half a Broken Pioneer. Not a big concern. I think they just blocked an actual attack on their end, so that works for me. Yeah, they're trying to definitely get around our guys. Question is if that becomes a problem or not. Okay. On our allies' turn. Be around to us shortly. And we did lose one of the Broken Pioneer. Lost both halves of the unit. But it's easy enough replaced. Just pull a different one out of reserve. Of course, none of the ones in reserve are quite so good. Okay, I'm gonna hit with the artillery, but we need to do some pressing fire here. This siege to end quicker. Nah. It's probably not enough. Yeah, not enough. Oh, we did suppress you quite a bit. That might be enough to... And it was, okay. Well, I've got more planes, so we can definitely bring a bomber in and do some carpet bombing. I think there's one there that could get us there, if I remember correctly. Bring it... Yeah, let's go in and finish off that artillery piece. Kill confirm. No, I have to get you to surrender. Shame. That would be enough to get you to retreat, so I just need to get you encircled. With no retreat path. Here we go. Okay, so I need you to heal. You to heal. I need to really get more body blockers in there. Maybe if we get... Well, they won't get there quick enough. If we get lucky enough, they'll come up and fill our gap. Do I pull back? Probably. Just gotta give them bloody noses as we leave, right? Okay. Pulled our defensive line a little bit farther back to give us breach locations for the Soviets. We'll weather the assault, let's say, from here. Okay, I'll probably have to give up encircling the 6th conscript here to go to the 20th regular, but I don't need to do that until the 20th regular is pressed enough. Like these guys to finish up here, so I can actually come deal with these artillery, because the artillery are a little bit annoying. The east side of the Volga. Okay, I think that's a decent entrenchment location for the turn. Give it to the Soviets. It's demonstrating they do, in fact, still have an air force. Although maybe not a lot of one. Oh, I think we're about to lose that infantry. Yeah, surrendered. Oh, that's an 88. That's a problem. Here goes another infantry unit. And there's more Soviet tanks. Did I not use my entire air force in the last turn? May have been a mistake if I didn't. Although I doubt the suppression would have made a big enough of a difference. Oh, that didn't de-entrench him enough. Okay. And what did we lose? We lost an 88. Replace that with transport. We lost a... It's a Wehrmacht. And was it a Pioneer as well? Yeah, that was the 3 we lost. So that's that group. Go drag you west to do body blocking again. I probably need to. Okay, when in doubt, burn them out. Use you to clear the minefield. There we go. Pull back to defensive line. Merge the tanks up. Yeah, that's not too terrible a cohesive front line at this point. Okay, we'll roll that defensive position for the moment. Got a bunch of planes to use. Don't have any targets for the planes to target. Well, actually, we got lots of targets. Just got to figure out which are the best targets. You're a bit damaged. And there's an AA in there. Okay. So you need a heal if we're going to go dive in the AA. Which one's the AA? There's the A. Drop bombs in the A. And where we take a little bit less damage, we're in A range when we're dropping bombs. Got 2 strafing runs. Probably do want to keep those away from the AA, because the AA is probably anti-low AA. Well, that doesn't stop us from coming up and strafing the artillery there. Or that artillery. Although we don't have enough penetration there. Do there, let's take that swing. Okay, then I need to deploy my reinforcements. Doesn't do me much good to have reinforcements if I'm not using them. Run these guys up the road, and then we'll probably have the Birkenpiner come and let them cross. Have to get them to try to deal with the artillery over there. Otherwise, we're going to be pestered by that artillery for the rest of the match. Soviet turn. This might end up being a 4-part. See. cloudy turn. And the Allies. Yeah, what was looking early on to be like, oh, we're going to quickly roll over the Soviets is very much beginning to stall out. Okay, so I've got enough firepower. I can just delete that unit and we'll do that. Oh, that's not letting me get through. Okay. Scoot you up, even though that's not necessarily the best thing to have artillery next to, or AT next to. Okay. Leave those both in AT mode. I don't think the Soviets have any planes left. I think the thing that sounded like planes recently was actually the Soviet AA. Okay. And yeah, we should be able to get a cohesive front line while pulling those out on the next turn, I think. There we go. Capture the unit, circle that one back up. We'll pull these ones over and basically do the same over here. Well, that one will need some attriting. Can I get a carpet bomber over there to soften it up? Yes. Okay. Now, where do I send the rage of my bombers? Where's the dive bomber? Who do we... Can we kill someone this turn? That'll be close. I think that's no cigar, though. Yeah, no cigars. No blowing up any units this turn, although we can get pretty close on that artillery. Okay, I think that's the turn. Let's cycle the turn. We'll give the Soviets one more go, and then we'll put the part break in, because we're coming up in 50 minutes. Oh, there's the British fighters. We'll see who bridges first. Will it be the Soviets or will it be us? Okay, so we lost the tank. I think that was a whole tank, too. Not a half tank, full tank. Yeah, it was a full tank. Okay. I'm going to resist doing much more than replacing our fallen tank, so don't forget about it during the break. It may have been the 4F2, although we can just replace it with its upgrade. So we'll grab the upgrade. And of course, we should take the time to deploy it here. It's not going to get really anywhere this turn. Get it deployed. We're in a good place where we should put a part break in before I let this part run too long. This will definitely be a 3-parter. It may, in fact, be a 4-parter. Although we're halfway through the map. It's just... Here be Soviet armor, is what we're facing right now. And our units are not invincible. Strong, yes. Invincible, no. Where's my third tank? Oh, it's over here. Okay, yeah, so we lost one of the 4Fs. Both 4 Gs are intact, so I can tell it's not the G. Although, intact in various degrees. But yeah, we're going to put the part break in here. If you're watching on YouTube, there will be another part up tomorrow, and so on and so forth. Probably until we finish the campaign, unless there's something going wrong. If you're watching on Twitch, this is where we're going to go ahead and put a part break in. We are going to continue. Obviously, we're going to try to finish up this map today. There'll be another part. Well, we'll go ahead and stream another part. I'm not going to bring the stream down, so we'll have another part after this break. I'm going to take a break to get a new cup of tea. The tea is about to disappear. It is time to replace the tea. So if you're watching on Twitch, I will be back after the tea break, and we will figure out what we're doing with all the Soviet armor. We're about to go to some Soviet cavalry. And then, yeah, we're still working through the armor. And the armor's working through us is kind of what's going on. It's a bit mutual, which is... prefer it not to be, but it is what it is. So yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, brought up tomorrow. If you're watching on Twitch, after the tea break. So, as TRB says, it is tea time, and then Super Cool is saying bye. And I'm only gonna be gone for however long it makes to make tea. I'll be back after the tea. We're gonna finish the map tonight. Gonna go make tea. So with that, wish you all the best of luck and a good time. Catch you all in the next part, and bye for now.